But then we start a whole new thing about school to work, because this enables us to, everybody's focused in these countries on getting out of poverty by getting some kind of skills and a job. And this enables us to work with them and also learn from them. I think a lot of these countries are doing things that we could learn from about connecting schools with work. They don't do it for all their people, but they sometimes have good lighthouse programs in some of the poorest countries that do connect the kids with careers, and we want to do that for our kids. I think it's kind of the next step. After you get them a good teacher, get them a school that will connect with the world of work. I know it's trite, but I think having a job is the key to having a decent life. I think having a job is everything. And if you can have a job as young as possible, I'm not talking about child labor, because I'm talking about kids who are still in school and working.
Yes.
I'm not talking about abusing kids, but I think a job is everything. A job gives meaning to your life. It isn't just money, you know, it gives you an identity about what you contribute. It gives you a feeling of respect, and I think having a job is everything. And in all these discussions we have about our kids and getting them off drugs and what they need, we lose sight of that. One of the things I learned growing up, and it really helped me, was starting to work at 13. That didn't hurt my school. It never hurt my education. I was in school till I was 30, and I've always worked at something.
Yes.
And the job always, it gives you a little money, it gives you respect, self-respect. It gives you an opportunity to relate with other people, to learn how the world works, to see other people's abilities, how other people, gives you a plan for maybe advancing yourself. People never realize all the chances and what different occupations exist if they never get into the world of work, you know? And so relating to these other countries, saying, you know, not as we know everything and you don't know anything, but we know some things that can help you. You know some things that can help us. Let's work on connecting, getting kids into school, and then connecting them with the world of work. I really don't think there's anything more important we can do for our kids. And it doesn't keep them out of college. This notion that it's either or, you're either going to college or going to work, that's crazy. The paradigm today is school to work, to school to work, to school to work, because you have to learn so much on that track. And if you're not going to college, you still have to go to some form of training and education to get more proficient. So my favorite president was Truman. Truman would listen to all these lobbyists who'd come into his office, and after they were through, he'd say to them, "Why don't you get a job?" You know, I think if everybody, I know it sounds simple, but take in Milwaukee, we have 45% unemployment in Milwaukee among blacks between 18 and 25 and Hispanics between 18 and 25. We have almost 45% of them not working. And so what do they do at that time? It's lost time that they could be learning stuff.
Right.
You know, so this, I'm hoping this, what you're doing through this international effort will really put the foundation into a school to work mode. But I don't want us to get far afield into things. You know, we have to stay with what we know best. We have to stay with selection of teachers and principals. But we can also work on making the school connection to world of work part. And I don't know, that could be our international thrust.
Right.